Good evening and welcome to the September 16th council meeting. We have the scout from Troop 205, led by Aero Light Dylan Busser, is going to lead us in the pledge. If you please stand and join us.
Please follow me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Dylan. Would you like to introduce your fellow scouts?
Sure. Oh, I don't know their names. Not that
Well,
really good.
okay. Here you go. Can you introduce yourself? What is your
Can I
name?
say my name?
Yeah.
Santiago Mendes.
Mateo Mendes. Ansel Chung. Mason. Sawyer.
Let's give them a hand. Thank you very much, Dylan, for being here. Put them on the spot and they don't know what to say. At home, they probably talk all the time. As you may have noticed, this council chambers is adorned in pink ribbons and decor in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which begins October 1st. Breast Cancer Awareness Month serves as a reminder to raise awareness, promote early detection, and support those affected by breast cancer, whether survivors, those currently in treatment, or the loved ones we've lost to this disease. I'm honored to begin tonight's meeting by proclaiming October 4th, 2025 as Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Day in the city of Chino. I would like to invite Janet Howe and Ed Zappling of Making Strides Against Breast Cancer to join me up front. And we have a proclamation. Whereas the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer program is the largest network of breast cancer awareness events in the nation, uniting communities with a shared determination in the fight to end breast cancer. Funds raised through Making Strides Against Breast Cancer enable American Cancer Society to save lives from breast cancer by funding groundbreaking breast cancer research, providing free, comprehensive information and support to those touched by breast cancer, and helping people reduce their breast cancer risk or find it early when it's most likely treatable. And whereas participants of Making Strides Against Breast Cancer join together to celebrate breast cancer survivors, pay tribute to those lost to the disease, and raise funds to end breast cancer once and for all. Now, therefore, I, Eunice Emilua, Mayor of the City of Chino, do hereby proclaim October 4th, 2025 as Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Day in the City of Chino, and encourage citizens to help save lives from breast cancer by participating in the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer of the Inland Empire Walk, Chino City Hall on October 4th, 2025. Janet, would you like to say a few words?
I would. First, I'd like to say thank you to all of you for having us this evening. I'd like to say thank you to our firemen, our police department, all of our communities, businesses. So many of you in this room are partnered with us, and we're grateful for that. I'd also like to take this quick moment to let you all know that our big walk is October 4th, right here on the city lawn is where we'll be kicking off. It's not too late to get your organization, your companies. Come join us. We have booths available, so much information. I won't take your time with that. You can get my number anywhere. It's all over the city. But I really just want to thank our city. 23 years now, you guys have been partnered with American Cancer Society. And with every year, you get more and more involved, and our community gets more and more involved. Cancer's a terrible beast. Everyone's been touched by it. Breast cancer, it's not the only cancer out there, but it is a very large, vast percentage of cancers. And we want to let you all know also this year, we have got permission because we do recognize that there's other cancers. So at this Breast Cancer Walk, we will have a whole department entity for All Cancers Matter. So we're great to bring that this year on a request of you. So Ed, would you like to say something?
No, I just want to say thank you guys for inviting us here, and hopefully see you guys on October 4th.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Ed. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, hold this picture. Okay. Okay, in addition to the proclamation, I'd like to highlight another way our city's getting involved this month in the Cancer Relay. Starting October 1st and throughout the month, you'll see members of our Chino Police Department proudly wearing commemorative pink patches on their uniforms to raise awareness for breast cancer. These patches are available for purchase, and all proceeds will go to the Loma Linda Cancer Care Center to support breast cancer research and treatment. The patches are priced at $10 each, and shirts are available for $25. Patches can be purchased at the police department's front counter or at upcoming events, and shirts and other apparel will be available online only until October 31st. We're proud of our community's commitment to this cause, and I encourage everyone to get involved in supporting breast cancer awareness this month. Chief, would you like to come up and say a few words?
We covered the most of it, Mayor, but yes, we're launching the Operation Find a Cure, and like the mayor says, so we're changing things up this year. We're actually selling our pink swap patches, and this will be the first year that we've done this. And so you can purchase them at the front counter of the police department or at any of the different community events. And so we've always sold T-shirts as well. The challenge we have is people that live out of town, they want to buy T-shirts, but they're not able to make it here to the city. So that's why we're starting an online store. We're opening up an online store. And so you could go onto our website or social media starting October 1st. Go on and you can purchase. We have shirts and T-shirts. And like I said, all of the money that we raise is going to be donated to the Loma Linda Cancer Care Center. So it's a great opportunity for giving back for such a really good cause. So thank you, Mayor, for your support on this.
Thank you, Kevin. Okay, next we have the retirement recognition of Finance Department employee Carol Wheeler. Carol, would you please join me up front? And your family?
My mom couldn't make it.
Oh, okay. Well, on behalf of the City Council, I'm pleased to honor Carol Wheeler for nearly 26 dedicated years to the City of Chino in our Finance Department. Carol began her career with the City of Chino in 1999 as a finance accountant. Throughout her time here, she was known as the Quiet Achiever, from completing development impact fee studies, CFD formations, user fees, and so much more. Carol always went above and beyond what's expected of her. Not only is she efficient in her work, but she is also known for her patience and her willingness to assist with anything her colleagues need. Carol, your nearly 26 years of service has been invaluable. You've been a cherished team member of our finance team, and we thank you for your commitment to the City of Chino. We want to wish you best wishes in your retirement. We also have a plaque that honors you with your retirement, and we hope that you hang that with pride. We also have a special certificate from, from Senator Susan Rubio, congratulating you on your retirement. You're welcome. Would you like to say a few words?
Getting up in front of people and speaking is not one of my strong points, but I do want to thank you, Mayor, council members, and the City of Chino for letting me serve the city for 26 years almost. But now it's time for me to serve my mom. I will be her caretaker, so I'm thankful I can do that for her. So
How old is your mom, Carol?
she's 87.
Oh, my goodness.
But so going from serving the City of Chino now to serving my mom, so I'm thankful.
We really appreciate it. 26 years is a long time. Thank you very much. Next, we have recognition of the City of Chino's Finance Department Purchasing Division. Today, I'm honored to recognize our purchasing division for achieving the Excellence in Procurement Award for 2025. I'd like to call up City of Chino Finance Director Kim Sao, Purchasing Manager Giselle Sandoval, and any other staff members to join me, please. First, we have a congratulations certificate that reads, City of Chino Purchasing Division for being awarded by the National Procurement Institute with the 2025 Achievement of Excellence in Procurement Award. So there's that. And then we also have a very beautiful award, and it reads, National Procurement Institute's Achievement of Excellence in Procurement, sponsored by a lot of different organizations honoring the excellent work that you've done. Kim, would you like to say a few words?
I would, but I think that Giselle deserves this honor.
Okay. I just wrote, on behalf of the Finance Department and the Purchasing Division, I'm honored to accept the Achievement of Excellence in Procurement Award for the second year in a row. This recognition reflects the city's commitment to transparency, efficiency, and best practices in public procurement. I'd also like to thank the city leaders and staff for their continuous support, especially acknowledging our small but mighty purchasing team, Kimberly Vasquez, Juan Lopez, and Ivan Gallardo, along with all of our department buyers. Due to all their hard work and dedication, we were able to achieve this. It's a privilege to bring this award back to Chino once again, and I look forward to getting it next year.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much. Let's give them a hand. Thank you very, very much. Wait a minute, Kim.
She ran off with
the award. Congratulations. You're welcome. That's it, right? That's it. Okay. Prior to the council meeting, we did have closed session. I'd like to ask our attorney to give us a report out of that.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the council, and all those present. The City Council met in closed session, as announced by the mayor. Pardon me, held a discussion on item number 1, Public Employee Performance Evaluation, titled City Manager. City Council conducted the performance evaluation, and no further reportable action was taken. Item number 2, conference with labor negotiator concerning the unrepresented employee, title City Manager. City Council discussed the negotiations of a potential contract amendment with the City Manager, provided unanimous direction, and no further reportable action was taken. Finally, the council discussed item number 3, conference with labor negotiator concerning the various labor organizations listed on the agenda and previously reported. City Council received an update and provided direction, and no further reportable action was taken. That concludes the report, Mayor.
Thank you very much. City Manager Wright, do we have any agenda additions or revisions?
No changes, Mayor.
Please note that there's an external agency report for September 16th in our agenda. Covers the period July 1st through July 31st. Next, under public announcements, the Stuvey Family Park grand opening. First, I invite you to join us this Saturday, September 20th at 9 a.m. as we officially open Stuvey Family Park, Chino's newest park. Stuvey Family Park will feature pickleball and basketball courts, shade structures, barbecue areas, and acres of beautiful outdoor spaces for our community. I encourage you to join us as we open the second public park in Chino this year. Stuvey Family Park is located at 16050 East Preserve Loop, and we hope to see you there. Next, get ready for a day full of fun and community. The City of Chino is teaming up with Adrian's World Incorporated, Autism Society Inland Empire, and Behavior Highway for the second annual Inclusion Communities Celebration on Saturday, September 27th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Neighborhood Activity Center located at 5201 D Street. The Inclusion Community Celebration is a one-of-a-kind block party tailor-made for Chino Valley's special needs and neurodiverse communities. The Inclusion Community Celebration will feature inflatable bouncers, a live DJ, lunch provided by the Chino Police Officers Association, skateboarding lessons, free admission to the Chino Youth Museum, and more. Please note that the Inclusion Community Celebration is exclusively for the special needs and neurodiverse communities and their families. Registration is required and spots are going fast, so please register today at cityofchino.org/inclusion. And finally, I'm excited to announce our ARC donation drive in support of the Animal Resource Center of the Inland Empire. Community members are encouraged to donate new pet-related items such as toys, leashes, blankets, and towels to benefit the animals at ARC as they await their forever home. Donations may be dropped off at designated orange bins located at the following Chino facilities: Chino City Hall, the Neighborhood Activity Center, the Carolyn Owens Community Center, Chino Senior Center, the Preserve Community Center, and the Chino Police Department. Please note that only new and unused pet items are accepted. Food and cleaning supplies will not be accepted. Help a furry friend in need, and for more information about ARC donation drive, please visit cityofchino.org/ARC. Next on the agenda is public communication. This is the time and the place for the general public to address the council about items that are not elsewhere on the agenda. Let's see. Our first written request to speak is Pastor Danny Unterkofler. I hope I pronounced that right, Danny, from Cross Point Church. He's going to be leading us in an invocation if you'd like to join us.
Will you join with me in prayer? Father, we come before you and we call on your name because that's what you've invited us to do. We're reminded of the words that your Son Jesus Christ said when he said this, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." We come before you, Jesus, acknowledging the pain that we carry, the sorrow, the confusion, and the disappointments that we see in our world and our nation, our state, and our cities. We see assassinations, we see war and hate, and we know that it's destroying people's lives. And we long for peace, for safety, for contentment for all people. And we pray for those around the world, in our nation, and in the city of Chino who are suffering, who are grieving, who are hurting, who are lost, who are alone. Be near to them. Send people to their aid to show them kindness, compassion, and friendship. And we recognize that the problems, the burdens of this world, of the state, of the nation, of even this city are too large for us to tackle on our own. We need your help, and we need the help of one another. And while we cannot change the entire world, you have placed us in Chino, and you've given us a responsibility to make this city great. And may we take that responsibility seriously. Bring unity to this community. Break down the barriers that seek to divide us. Give us compassion and love for one another, especially the people that we think are so different from ourselves. Tonight, I pray that you give this council wisdom as they discern how to make this city safe and strong and vibrant. May they stay focused on the vision for Chino to make it a place where everything grows. May they lean on one another and on the voices of its citizens so that every person in this city can thrive. Thank you for their dedication, their sacrifice, and their commitment. May they feel honored and supported in their efforts to make Chino the best that it can be. Thank you for the many blessings that you've given to us, our homes, our jobs, our families and our friends. You have blessed Chino immensely, and we pray that you would continue to do so. Thank you for the opportunity to gather as a community tonight. And we pray all this in the name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Pastor. Next written request is Miguel. I can't read your last name, Miguel. Come on. Okay, come on up, Navarre.
Mrs. Mayor and also council members, thank you for the opportunity of being here and presenting a partnership. Thank you for what you do for the community we have. Thank you as well every single day for putting your lives online, for everything you do. I would like to present a partnership between the U.S. Army and specifically the Chino Hills Army Career Center that resides in Chino Hills, but also covers Chino and also the city of Chino itself. This partnership will provide opportunities for service members who are exiting the Army, as well as drilling reservists, and also future Army service members and Army applicants with employment opportunities within the city of Chino. Approximately 50% of those individuals who enlist complete their first contract and don't re-enlist. Last year, our company alone enlisted roughly 650 individuals. So just half of that, roughly 325 individuals are looking for opportunities within their home community. This partnership is really about employment opportunities once they exit or current. It does not change the requirements of the employment career path that is listed within your city and employment opportunity. They still must meet all requirements, but it gets the opportunity for an interview through this partnership. Our office is a service to the community, and we hope through your good graces that we can further this partnership and continue opportunities for our service members currently serving and who have already finished their service. My partner in the Upland station has already started the process within the city of Upland, so I would hope that we can partner together and continue to provide opportunities. I have a couple pamphlets I'll provide to your staff. Pending any questions, please consider my staff and myself as a service member to this community, and we look and hope for further cooperation. Pending any questions, that's all I have. Thank you.
Okay, will you be bringing more information so that our community knows that you're available?
Absolutely. So it's all, the snapshot, ma'am, is within the pamphlets, but yes, I have my contact information, and I truly look forward to further information and investigation within this organization. I can definitely show you how it operates. Very streamlined, but yes, ma'am, I would definitely like a further appointment if you provide that for me.
Terrific.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you for being here. Okay, next, Andrew Coleman, Teamsters Local 1932.
Good evening, Council. I want to thank you guys for the opportunity to speak tonight. As you guys are well aware, we've been negotiating with your team, your HR director, to come to an agreement and a contract. And as we can see in the agenda, we've found compromise. And I wanted to come up and thank you as the representative for the group in the city. So we definitely appreciate your guys' guidance to the team and working with us to come to an agreement that, you know, works best for everybody. We are members of the community. We're the people that serve the community, and we definitely appreciate that opportunity to come to a resolution with you guys. So we wanted to come tonight and thank you guys for that opportunity, and thank you for the consideration and the movement. So thank you. Have a wonderful evening, and we appreciate you guys' guidance.
Thank you for being here, Andrew. Next, we have Paola Reyes from the Chino Valley Chamber.
Hello. Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, council members, and good evening to the general public. My name is Paola Reyes. I am here on behalf of the Chino Valley Chamber of Commerce as one of their community engagement interns. I want to take the time to briefly share with you all my experience at the Chamber thus far. So I interviewed for the intern position with no previous experience and was kindly given the opportunity to take on the legislative advocacy role. I emphasize the no experience part because to some of my peers and I, that is what holds us back. I encourage all students like myself to seek an opportunity within the Chino Valley Chamber where you'll gain professional development in areas such as strategic event planning, professional communication and outreach, and economic development exposure. I've gained these skills all while being surrounded by a great mentorship environment and helping my local community. I also want to extend an invitation on behalf of the Chamber to every woman in attendance today to the Chamber's Women's Conference, which will take place on Thursday, September 25th from 8 in the morning to 1 p.m. This event will be at the Chaffee College Community Center located in Chino. Whether you're a mom, a businesswoman, a caretaker, a student, or simply a woman who needs a reset, come on out and connect, grow, and be inspired by one another. Our keynote speaker is Dr. Elizabeth Lombrado, who is a celebrity life coach to Shaquille O'Neal. Breakfast and lunch are complimentary. For more information, please feel free to visit the Chino Valley Chamber of Commerce website, call our office, or contact Nicole, who is Director of Operations. Thank you for the opportunity to speak, and good evening.
Thank you for being here. Next, we have Sophia Cohen from Assemblywoman Michelle Rodriguez's office. I don't see her, though. Was she here earlier? She was? Maybe she got called out. Okay, those are the only written requests that I have to speak. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to address the council on an item that is not on the agenda? Yes, sir. Go ahead and come on up.
Good evening. Thank you, Council, for having me. My name is Felipe Bras. I am the owner of Roosty's Barbecue. I've been a resident for 17 years here. I'm looking to open a facility here. Like I said, I'm just part of the core academy. I want to thank you for that, for providing that, because it gave me an insight of how the Chino is running and the future of Chino. So I want to thank you for that. Thank you for the insight. I want to thank the development department. I want to thank the chief of police and director for everything they do. Linda over there for what she does too. You guys do a lot of work, and it's good to see that you guys are so dedicated for the business you are, and that you guys are here for that reason. And I really appreciate you guys doing it. So that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you for being here. Anyone else in the audience would like to address the council on an item not on the agenda? Yes, sir.
Hello, Mayor and Council and general public. I'm here to speak on also behalf of the Chino Valley Chamber of Commerce. My name is James Janoski. I intern at the Chino Valley Chamber of Commerce, and I support the Chamber in many initiatives. Some of them being the leadership program, website development, and outreach. My experience at the Chamber of Commerce has been really great. Working on all these different things has really brought into my skill set, and it's been worthwhile. The people I work with have also been absolutely amazing to me as well. So I would like to share that on Saturday, October 18th, it will be the 2025 Business Expo. It'll be from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Chino Spectrum Marketplace. And food vendors will be allowed there as well. If you would like more information on prices, you can find it on the Chino Valley Chamber of Commerce website under events. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, and thank you for your internship. Anyone else like to address the council? Okay, I'm not sure. Every council meeting, I always give an opportunity to any student that's here on a class assignment to address the council. Are there any students here this evening that need to come up? Okay, not seeing any, then we will move on. Next item on the agenda is the consent calendar. Do any council members wish to have any items pulled? I'm going to pull item number 2 because I missed the September 2nd meeting.
Mayor, you can just simply register your abstention on that item if you'd like.
Okay.
Keep it on part of the consent
all right.
calendar.
Okay. Then we will take a motion and a second for the consent calendar. Do I have a motion? There's a motion from Mayor Pro Tem Burton, second from Councilman Lucio. Please vote. And I will be abstaining from item number 2. My screen's really weird tonight. There. Okay, the item passes unanimously with my abstention from item number 2. Next, under public hearing, we have item number 17, appeal of Planning Commission action approval of Chino Gateway Terminal Project. This item is to adopt resolution number 2025-058 denying the appeal and thereby upholding the approval of PL 24-0097, PL 24-0098, and PL 24-0120 based upon the findings and subject to the departmental conditions of approval. I'd like to declare the public hearing open, and I understand I have a report from Fred.
I could certainly start it off, but perhaps we'll turn it over to your.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. Today, staff received a lengthy letter from the appellant, Safer, introducing new evidence that was not part of the original appeal. The applicant is requesting a continuance of this item to the October 21st City Council hearing. And the applicant is here to confirm that he is requesting this continuance.
Okay. Henry, would you like to address the council?
Good evening, council members. Again, great to be in the city again, developing. Like Kim said, we received a lengthy letter that our team is still currently reviewing, and we'd like an opportunity to have some more time to review exactly what was sent, since it was sent last minute, and to continue this item until the October 21st meeting, at which time we will prepare a written response.
Okay. Thank you very much.
If I may, Mayor, with that, because it was a notice public hearing, you could, it would be appropriate to ask if anybody else wishes to speak, but if the council's amenable to the recommendation to continue it to the date certain, you would keep the public hearing open and entertain a motion to continue the hearing to that date.
I do have a written request to speak, but are there any council members that would object to continuing this item? Okay, then next written request to speak is from, is it Lorenzo Jury? Or Haley Uno?
Good evening. I'm here on behalf of the Appellant Supporters Alliance for Environmental Responsibility. We're happy to continue the hearing until October 21st.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, with that, then we will continue item number 17 to October 21st. I need a motion and a second, please, to approve.
Keeping the public hearing open.
And yes, we'll remain with the public hearing open. Can I have a motion and a second to continue this item? He said I need a motion. There it is. You said what?
Just your computer's on a delay.
I know my computer's not working right. Have a motion from Mayor Pro Tem Burton, second from Councilperson Comstock. Please vote. And yes, the item will be continued by unanimous vote. Item number 18 under new business, 2025 Americans with Disabilities Act Annual Report. This is to receive and file the annual report, and our staff report this evening will be provided by Lisa Almili, our citywide accessibility coordinator, and Warren Morillian, Director of Development Services.
Thank you, and good evening, Mayor and members of City Council. I'm pleased to present the 2025 ADA Annual Report for your information tonight. In 2024, the city completed a comprehensive Americans with Disabilities Act, or ADA, self-evaluation and transition plan to identify barriers to accessibility across city programs, services, and activities. The plan requires the city to incorporate accessibility improvements into long-range planning and to bring facilities with structural barriers into compliance over a 20-year period. The ADA annual report documents the city's ongoing commitment to remove these barriers. It provides updates on the city's progress, outlines adjustments to the transition plan, and highlights completed accessibility improvements, as well as demonstrating the city's good faith effort to keep the public informed and engaged. For the 2025 report, 2 key adjustments were made to the ADA transition plan. The first is project scheduling. Walnut Park and the police department upgrades were moved to earlier phases, while improvements at the water environmental building were deferred to a later phase since it will be an employee-only facility. The second is facility responsibility. 12 sites, including 11 HOA-owned parks and the Preserve Community Center, were removed from the plan because they are not city-owned properties. Survey reports for these facilities will be shared with the owners so they can address the identified barriers to access. The report also highlights progress from fiscal years 24 and 25, including the removal of 94 barriers at 11 city facilities, remediation of 129 curb ramps, and repairs to 417 sidewalk improvements, or sidewalk segments, excuse me. Looking ahead, there are 13 projects with accessibility improvements as part of the scope that they are planned in fiscal year 26. The ADA annual report will be available to the public on the city's website. And this concludes my report, and I would be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Lisa. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to ask the council a question on this item? Okay, seeing none. Council comments? Seeing none, then I would entertain a motion in a second, please. Motion from Councilperson Comstock, second from Councilperson Flores. Please vote. Item passes unanimously. Item number 19, construction credit reimbursement agreement with Lennar Homes of California, a California corporation for the construction of public improvement for tract map number 18972, also called University Park. Approved construction reimbursement agreement, tract number 18972, Lennar Homes of California. Staff report this evening will be provided by our Contracts and DIF Administrator, Sylvia Ramos, as well as our Director of Public Works, Hygen Lee.
Good evening, Madam Mayor and members of the City Council. Before you this evening for your consideration is a construction and credit reimbursement agreement with Lennar Homes of California for tract map 18972, known as University Park. This project is located on the north side of Eucalyptus between Fern and Euclid Avenues. Per the conditions of approval for this project, the developer was required to build certain public improvements. Some of these improvements are master plan facilities and identified in the city's development impact fee program. Under the city's DIF ordinance, a developer that builds a facility listed in the Nexus report may receive credit and/or reimbursement, which necessitates a construction and credit reimbursement agreement. The City Council accepted the required public improvements as complete on November 15th, 2022. Upon the final acceptance, the developer submitted a complete cost package with approved as-built plans, specifications, and documentation. City staff and its consultant reviewed and verified the actual costs for construction for these DIF-eligible facilities. Additionally, staff presented an informal item to the Infrastructure Committee in June of this year regarding the proposed construction and credit reimbursement agreement with Lennar. During that meeting, the committee raised questions regarding the traffic signal at Fern and Eucalyptus, specifically concerns about Lennar's financial contribution to the city to fund the construction of the signal through the city's capital improvement program. This prompted uncertainty over whether the deposit fully covered the cost of the improvement and whether the developer should receive DIF credit, given that they did not directly construct the improvement. As a result, staff returned back to the committee in July with a follow-up report itemizing all the DIF-eligible public facilities constructed and funded under this tract and provided a detailed reconciliation of credits and reimbursements, which will be discussed moving forward. Directing your attention to this slide, this is just a simple illustration of the public improvements constructed by Lennar, which include the traffic signal at Euclid and Eucalyptus, which is the blue dot, the traffic signal and intersection improvements at Euclid and Edison, which is a green dot, and the 16-inch water line in Euclid Avenue, which is the red line. Please note that the Fern and Eucalyptus traffic signal is not included in the illustration because the city was actually the one to construct the public improvement under the CIP program. There are currently 4 projects in total that are eligible for DIF credit and reimbursement under this agreement. Let's just run through the table really quickly. The traffic signal at Fern and Eucalyptus, the first column, the Nexus study cost, reflects the current cost of the traffic signal as listed in the city's Nexus study. The second column, the actual cost of the developer, shows the cash payment made by Lennar to the city to fund the construction of the traffic signal through the city's CIP program. The third column, DIF credits, identifies the credits issued by the city to Lennar. And the fourth column, the cash reimbursement, is typically the delta between the actual cost and the DIF credits. However, in this case, the city capped the DIF credits at the actual cost estimate for the traffic signal as established in the Nexus study. Lennar's cash contribution toward the improvement was subsequently negotiated as part of the 2024 amended settlement agreement. Therefore, Lennar is not entitled to DIF credit for the full amount, only the estimated cost that was included in the DIF program. It should be also noted that under the city's DIF program, a developer who finances a DIF-eligible improvement is entitled to receive DIF credits. The entitlement is based on financial responsibility, regardless of whether the developer is actually constructing the improvements. And then also the deposit made by the developer actually covered all the costs for their portion of the traffic signal, so the costs weren't subsidized whatsoever through the CIP program. And then the additional improvements for the traffic signal, you could do the math just moving right, is that the actual costs, you deduct the credits and it brings forth the reimbursement amount. So Lennar is entitled to a reimbursement for a total of $553,019. Therefore, it is staff's recommendation to the City Council to approve the construction credit reimbursement agreement with Lennar in the amount of $553,019.16 and authorize the necessary appropriations to facilitate the reimbursement in accordance with the terms outlined in the agreement and the city's DIF program. That concludes my report, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Sylvia. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to address the council on this item? Any council comments or questions? Karen?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay, then I would entertain a motion in a second, please. Motion from Councilperson Flores, second by Councilperson Lucio. Please vote. Item passes unanimously. Next on the agenda is mayor and council reports. I'd have item number 20, Community Support Fund. I'd like to request approval of a donation of $500 to the American Cancer Society for the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer fundraiser. I have an approval motion by Mayor Pro Tem Burton, second by Councilperson Flores. Please vote. Passes unanimously. Thank you very much for that. Now for my report. Okay. On Wednesday, September 3rd, I attended the Omnitrans and SBCTA Board of Directors meetings, and I also met via Zoom with our city's general plan consultant. Friday, September 5th, I attended the September birthday celebration at the Senior Center. Saturday, September 6th, I attended the Saturday night fights at the Neighborhood Activities Center, along with other council members. There were 8 exhibition bouts fought by members of the boxing club. And I'd like to thank each of those boxers for their exhibition. And then Chino Police Department's Austin Silva and the Chino Fire District's Phil Vasquez went toe-to-toe in the ring for a fundraiser for the Chino Boxing Club. It was very entertaining. very stressful to me. I did not, I don't like seeing people get beat up, but it was quite a night. It was fun, and it was packed out. I understand that it was sold out. It was a great night. I understand that they raised approximately $10,000 for the boxing club, which was really fantastic. So thanks to all the boxers. And I understand that there's a possible exhibition bout next year between maybe the chief of police and the fire chief. So I'm sure that if that comes to pass, it'll be a great fundraiser for the boxing club. But you're going to have to get a bigger venue because I'm sure it'll sell out as well. So looking forward to that. On Monday, September 8th, along with Assistant City Manager Jackie Melendez, I attended a faithful response to the homelessness in California. It was an event held at Pepperdine University. The opening remarks were made by William Spencer, who's the Region 9 Administrator for HUD. Other speakers were Caitlin McKinney, also from the department, the Housing Department, Soledad Ursua, and then Matthew Dildine, who is the CEO of Fresno Rescue Mission. It was pretty interesting. We got a lot of valuable contacts. Tuesday, September 9th, I attended our study session on the future housing programs and our fund balance policy. Wednesday, September 10th, I attended the Mayor's Prayer Breakfast. Thursday, September 11th, I attended the Omnitrans Administration and Finance Committee meeting and SBCTA Transit and Metro Valley Committee. Saturday, September 13th, I attended and gave the welcoming remarks at the Chino Cares Emergency Preparedness Fair that was held at the police department. My goodness, it was packed. I think that was an absolutely phenomenal event. A lot of vendors there and a lot of members of the public. Then that evening, I attended the Kiwanis Classic Car fundraising event, which is always a lot of fun. September, I attended the Chino United Methodist Church 130th anniversary celebration and presented them with a recognition certificate. So it's been a very busy 2 weeks. Okay, Mayor Pro Tem Burton.
Thank you, Mayor. On the 4th, I attended the Chino DeSalter Authority Board meeting. And then after that, the Inland Empire Utilities Agency Board meeting. On the 6th, I had the great privilege and honor to actually MC the Saturday night fights. And as the mayor had mentioned, the event was packed out. It was outstanding, the camaraderie that was going on, not with just our local boxers, but our police and fire department was amazing. And Mayor, I also heard a rumor that the two chiefs were talking about boxing next year. So I don't know how true that rumor is, but I see their head shaking up and down in an affirmative way. So what I would assume that side to side. It was an outstanding event. I've got to tell you, if you've never been to this event, I highly encourage you go. Last year, Councilmember Flores got into the ring, and I even heard that Councilmember Flores was interested in boxing the winner of this year's fight, although there was no winner necessarily, so I heard you were going to box both of them at the same time.
I think we're getting in trouble.
Yeah, I'll move on. On the 8th, my one-on-one with the city manager, and then after that, I had the Animal Rescue Center meeting. As the mayor had mentioned earlier, they do need a lot of supplies, ladies and gentlemen, so if you have those items available in your household, or if you're inclined to go out and purchase some of those items for the ARC, I would encourage you to do that. We desperately need your help. I'm the vice president of the board, and I would just ask for any assistance that you could provide to our furry friends out here in our area. On the 9th, I attended the city council study session. On the 10th, the mayor's prayer breakfast, and then after that, I had the great honor of attending the Chino Valley Fire Department board meeting and being able to present Deputy Chief Carlos Skibar with a city tile. He is retiring. He's actually a retired chief. Is that correct? Officially, it'll be on the 20th. On the 20th, he'll actually retire. but he has served several years within our area, our communities between Chino Hills and Chino. We certainly do appreciate his service. And then today was closed session, and Mayor, with that concludes my report.
I have a question for you on ARC. I know other rescues and humane societies accept clean, washed, used blankets. Our report mentioned only new. Will they accept clean, washed blankets?
I believe they will. They've got to be in good condition.
Yeah,
They
good
really
condition.
do. Yes.
Okay, great. And towels, that
Yes.
kind of stuff. Okay, terrific.
Any assistance would be accepted.
Hey.
And then I'm going to, Jackie, do you have something on that?
Yeah, I can add to that, Mayor. Here, the donation collection boxes that we have at the facilities, we're only accepting new and unused items, but if you go to the ARC, they will accept those types of gently used items there as well. We're also looking for folks to volunteer and to foster and to adopt and also to register your pets. Thank you, Mayor.
Are there still free adoptions, or did that end in August?
Yes, they did end that, yes.
But keep an eye on their website. They're always having promotionals and free adoptions, things like that. So keep an eye on the ARC's website. And in the words of the late Bob Barker, remember to have your pet spay and neutered.
Yes. And that website is cityofchino.org/ARC. That's the easiest way.
Okay. And I again want to emphasize to people, please don't be afraid of adopting an older animal. My husband and I, through another method, we adopted a 9-year-old German Shepherd, and he is just the most fantastic animal. So please don't be afraid of the older, bigger animals, because a lot of them don't have homes through no fault of their own. Either people have gotten sick maybe and passed on or lost their homes, but please open your hearts and give those very needy animals some homes as well. Councilmember Comstock.
Thank you, Mayor. I have item number 21, I believe, on the agenda, which is the request to approve a support fund contribution of $250 to the American Cancer Society, Making Strides Against Breast Cancer, which we celebrated tonight, and an amount of $250 to the St. Margaret Mary Carr Show, which for their deeds throughout the community as well as their academic excellence over at their school. I'm asking for support from the council on those items, Mayor.
Okay, we have a motion from Mayor Pro Tem Burton, and I made the second. Please vote. And the item passes unanimously.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll continue on with my report. On Monday, September 8th, I attended my weekly meeting with the city manager and staff. On September 9th, I attended a meeting with a local resident to discuss items of mutual interest pertaining to the North Sphere of Influence and our sphere of annexation influence up there, and just concerns that they have about ongoing construction and permitting of projects up there. Later that day, along with the rest of the council, I also attended the study session pertaining to housing and our general fund balance retention matters. That was actually a very good study session that night. I learned a lot, not just about housing, but also different aspects of our finance operations. I missed Carlos's retirement, Chief. I'm sorry, but congratulations to him. It's hard because each time somebody retires, you get a little bit further and further away from the people that you work with. And Carlos is a person I really enjoyed working with for many years, but I'm sure I'll see him around town here with his wife and kids. So my congratulations to him. On September 11th, I attended the graduating session of the Community Corps Academy, to which one of our residents spoke tonight. Thank you, sir, for being an attendee of that Corps Academy, part of the inaugural session, and for graduating on that evening, and for being a good ambassador of our community here in the city of Chino. It was our honor to present that class, and our staff, our directors, everybody who was involved in that, thank you so much. It was a great success, and then speaking with a lot of the attendees that night, they really enjoyed that training, so thank you. On Saturday, September 13th, I also attended the Chino Cares Emergency Preparedness event at the Chino Police Department. Mayor opening remarks were great, and it was a nice day, which brings me to today. I attended closed session with the council prior to our meeting tonight. Thank you, Mayor. The last person I'd like to congratulate tonight is also Carol Wheeler, for her 26 years of service to the city of Chino. I really enjoyed working with Carol, too. Just a great employee over there in finance. Anytime I would go over and ask her for help with anything under her purview, she was always very helpful. Carol also was very meticulous and detailed in attention. And I also want to thank her for now her service to her family and to her mother and the role of a caretaker, which is probably the most important job she will have throughout her life. That concludes my report tonight, Mayor. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Councilman Flores, you also have item number 22.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Item number 22, and I'm asking for approval of community support contributions of $250 to the Rotary Club of Chino Valley and $250 to the American Cancer Society.
Okay, we have a motion from Mayor Pro Tem Burton and a second from Councilmember Lucio. Please vote. Item passes unanimously.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll keep my comments rather brief. I do want to say thank you to the police chief, fire chief for your support. That was a super turnout. I know our boxing board was super excited. To be honest with you, I think I got to kind of nudge at our community services a little bit to step up their game on some of our events because you guys really went above and beyond. So I appreciate that. It was a really good time, and I promise you, I haven't heard the rumors about you two going up against each other, so I will be on your side on that. But now that I have the moment, I have Mr. Navarre here, and I'll tell you, next year is going to be bigger and better when it comes to our Saturday night fights. We have commitments from our correctional team down here over at TIM, and we definitely are looking for someone in the military who can represent. And if you can find a boxer for us, you're asking for cooperation and partnership. I think that would be a second grade start as well. A couple people in mind. There it is. Bring them on. It's for the children, and it's to sell out, and it's to raise money. That being said, I do want to just say, we lost a community member, one of our boxers, over the last couple of weeks, and it's kind of a sad, sad situation. And I just ask that the community keep this person in your prayers. But with that being said, that concludes my comments, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Lucio.
My comments are going to be pretty brief, too. I wanted to say thank you guys for putting up fighters. It was a good turnout. It was a great event. Obviously, I don't know about you two fighting. I think those times have passed. Maybe get some other younger guys in there. But
Arm wrestle?
I would suggest maybe reaching out to Chino Hills Sheriff, see if they want to put up a fighter against one of you guys as firemen or police department, corrections. I mean, I think it'd be great to bring everybody together. And
Mark, are you saying they're too old?
well, I think that I don't think they want to move around in the ring for a long time.
They both said yes.
But because as soon as we said that, I saw the chief look over to the deputy chief to see if he would step up for it. But it was a great event, thanks. And I also want to say, that you guys raised a lot of money. I think it was over $8,000 for the Boxing Foundation, something that they definitely need. Every time I've gone into the boxing gym, it's extremely crowded. They got a lot of kids that they're helping out, trying to keep them off the street. As a result, we did have one of our boxers that was killed. And the main focus is to help them, to avoid those type of confrontations. And unfortunately, he wasn't able to, but keep him in your prayers, in your mind. His name was Angel Martinez. It was a tragedy. I enjoyed watching him fight that night. I think he put a lot of effort into that, and it's really sad to see him go at the age of 21 years old. That's all I have.
Thank you. City Manager Reich.
So I'm trying to figure out what Chris was saying over there, but I just want to say that the boxing event was pretty amazing. Our boxing foundation works really hard to raise money to make sure that our young kids in the community have an outlet. It was started as a gang diversion program, but those kids come, they work hard, they stay in school, they study, and they go on to bigger and better things. Our CSPR team works with that boxing foundation every day to make sure that they have everything they need to be successful. So I want to thank that team for working with the foundation to put on that event for our community, and thank everybody who participated. I know that bringing police and fire together, they already are such a great team, and to see them come together like that was really pretty amazing, as they do every day on every event that they go out to. So it's no different to see them in the boxing ring and come together for our community. So I want to thank them for that as well. And that's it for tonight, Mayor. Thank you.
City Attorney Galante.
Thank you, Mayor. No report.
Police Chief Menson, our future boxer.
I will dispel the rumor that no, Chief Dave and I will not be getting in the ring together. We will, it'd be the most boringest fight that people would want their money back. But no, it was a great event, and I want to thank Phil and Austin really for stepping up and participating in that. And I will say it was a lot more intense than what I had thought it was going to be. And then also just to the Chino Police Officers Association and the Firefighters Association for stepping up. I mean, they had everything set up from the barbecues and cooking everybody food. It worked really good. And to Sylvia's team at Community Services, Parks and Recreation, I mean, they were throwing this event onto them at the really it was a last minute changing to have this amount of people in a very short amount of time. So it was a great event in the community, and obviously very tragic from what you spoke about, Councilmember Lucio. So transitioning, I want to talk about just this past week, the end of this past week, we ended, Sacramento ended the legislative cycle where they voted on all the bills that are now either, if they pass, to be sent up to the governor to be signed, and specifically, obviously, ones that draw our attention, my attention, is the ones that affect public safety. And we're very fortunate here in our community that we have two legislators that really support public safety, and that's Assemblymember Michelle Rodriguez, who, if you look at her, and this is her first year up there, she voted for everything that was positive, that affected positively for public safety. And then also for Senator Susan Rubio. And so they remain in contact with us really last week after hours leading up to the votes to see where some of these different bills were at and seeing where the vote needed to go. And some of these bills, they either pass or don't pass, comes down to just literally one vote. And so just want to thank both of them. They're our legislators here in our city for their support. And like I said, Michelle Rodriguez you look at what she voted for this past week, and it completely supported public safety. And with both of them, we just asked for dialogue to be able to explain why we oppose or why we support a certain bill. So that concludes my report, unless you have any questions.
Kevin, I'd just like you to review for the public some of the crazy telephone calls, texts, emails, the fraudulent type stuff that's taking advantage of people, and for them to please question these things and go to that website that you often talk about to find out if what they're looking is real or not.
Yeah, the amount of scams that are taking place right now, it's incredible. And these are suspects that are a lot of times not even in the same country. They're from a separate country trying to scam people, take advantage of them. And a lot of it is done through phone calls, text messages. If you're getting text messages from either the DMV or you have a package that wasn't delivered, they're trying to scam you. And one tool that you can use, AI, we take advantage of AI, is you can actually take either an email or a text message that you received, you can copy it, you can paste it in ChatGPT, and you can ask, is this a bona fide text message? And all of the ones that I put in there, and it'll explain to you why it's a fictitious message, and they're trying to scam you out of money. And so, unfortunately, even in our city, we've had people that have fallen to this and have given out a tremendous amount of money. We're working a pretty large case right now where she was victimized for over $1 million. And so we're in the process of working this. And they're very, very complex investigations, very, very time consuming. But I mean, this is this lady's life savings and borrowing money and that she's given to these perpetrators.
So it's ChatGPT?
ChatGPT, yeah.
GP. Yeah, I've received the typical toll road one.
That's a common one.
Yep, the UPS, they can't
FedEx,
deliver a package. Yep, FedEx.
Amazon.
Got a phone call from some border thing saying packages had delivered in Texas with my name on it, multiple addresses, drugs and money. And it was all in when I said, oh, well, you know, provide me with documentation. I'll talk to my chief about it. And the guy ended up hanging up.
Imagine that.
So just, gosh, I just plead to the public, just don't believe this stuff. They can sound real.
Yes, they can.
They can sound very credible.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Chief, you can just stick to the donuts at the fights, and Chief Williams there can just stick to the chili. We'll
Not
be
a
good with
problem.
that.
Yes, yes.
All right.
Oh, my goodness. Do we have a director's report? Of course we do. Hi, Jen.
Good evening, Mayor and members of the council. I just have a quick update. Next Tuesday, Albert and myself and a couple of our engineering staff will be attending City of Chino Hills Council meeting to give them an update on what's going on with our Pine Avenue and Euclid Avenue, and we're hoping to garner their support for the project.
Great. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Chief Williams. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Jackie has a report. I'm sorry.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. Usually our team is pretty quiet about the amazing work that we're doing, but I would like to take a minute just to say thank you to our team. We've had a slew of businesses that have opened up throughout the summer. Our team is working hard from development services, our planners, our inspectors, our fire folks, our police department, public works. It takes a lot for those businesses to open up in town, and in almost every sector of the city, we're rocking and rolling and seeing new businesses coming in, and people are buzzing all over the internet about some of the cool things that are happening. J. Crew Outlet just opened up out in the Spectrum. We're really excited about that, and we encourage the public to support all the businesses. Let us know what your favorites are. We're watching the lines like over at Brewster's, also on the other side of the spectrum, by Pizza Oli. That's really great ice cream. So if you haven't been out there, prepare for the lines because there's lots of folks. We have several coffee concepts that have just opened up. They're joining new favorites like Bevy Bean that opened up last year. We also have Cough Coffee. If you haven't been out there, amazing Vietnamese coffee, drip and sip. And there's just a slew of folks that are opening up and choosing Chino, and we're excited about that. Our economic development team, they're going out and touting the benefits of having a business here in Chino. Thank you to Mr. Felipe right here. We're also trying to find a location for him. So all of these spaces that you all are approving, those are the future homes of our businesses in town, and we're just excited to be part of this team. We worked very hard to get those businesses open. It's not magic. It doesn't happen. Those hardworking business owners, they're also working to bring new services and experiences. Lots of cool things happening out in the preserve and just all over town. So thank you for supporting our businesses, and to the public, please go out and let us know who your new favorite Chino business is. Thank you.
I have a suggestion. Maybe on our website, we can have a list of the new businesses and their locations.
Absolutely, we'll do that.
That
Mayor.
way people will know what's opening up and where they are.
Yes, and then also follow us on Instagram because we're also doing that as well. We have features like coming up, like Sanamana, that's over on Chino Hills Parkway in Ramona. That's a relatively new business selling some really interesting and healthy options. So we always treasure our businesses that have been here. We have a lot of businesses that have been here for 30, 40 years, and they're institutions in our community, places like Hottinger's and Central Basco and things like that. And so to just have new options to complement all of those that are just institutions like Flo's. We could go on and on and on. And in the Core Academy, we did, one of our favorite topics was to talk about what our favorite restaurants are here in town. And so if you ask that question to a crowd, it can get rowdy pretty quickly. I know Terry was also a member of the Core Academy as well. And we had a lot of fun in there. And what was your favorite? Yeah. Riverside Grill, we can go on and on, but we love Chino and we love our Chino businesses, and thank you. Thank you for your support, and thank you for allowing us to do the work that we do.
Thank you, Jackie. Chief Williams.
All right, let's set the record straight. Just kidding. So most of you know that I grew up in Southeast LA, single-parent family. I have 8 siblings. And I got into boxing as a young person for one reason, and that was really turned out to be everything but that. It really teaches you how to be confident, how to be comfortable, how to be disciplined, all these other things. I had a chance to speak to the boxing club probably about a year ago. I appreciate Mike Garcia's invitation. Since the event, he's asked me if I'd be interested in sitting on the board. I can share with you that without boxing, I wouldn't be where I'm at today, and it's not about boxing, it's about life and all these other things that accompany it. So I'm really appreciative to the Chino Police Department for inviting us to that event. And I really want to give a shout out to both Austin and Phil. It's one thing to say you'd get in a ring, it's another thing to do it. Trust me, I've done it. And on my side, on the fire side, Phil wasn't supposed to be in the ring. We had a boxer set up. His wife was giving birth that night. And so Phil was a late minute sort of replacement. So my kudos goes out to Phil for stepping up last minute to be able to keep this event together for the community. So thanks again to Chief Menson and his team and to all the fire guys, and for me specifically for Phil. On business side of it, our save the date for our State of the District is October 23rd. Invitations were mailed out yesterday, so you'll be getting something like this in the mail. And so be looking for that. And for the first year ever, I'm very, very proud that we also are taking, I'll give little Chino PD some props. We're doing, for our very first time, we're doing some patches on our uniforms this year for the very
good.
first time. So this is what they look like.
Fantastic. Are you going to be selling those also?
We really haven't discussed that. This is the first year we're doing it. We're going to make sure our folks are in it, and we'll see where it goes from there. But we are participating, and we'll see where it goes.
Oh, terrific.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, that's all we have this evening. And I've really toyed with doing this, but I feel very strongly that I need to do this from my heart, and I would like to close our meeting in memory of Charlie Kirk. Our nation has gone through a lot of sadness now and a lot of struggle, and regardless of what your political stance is or your faith stance, the violence has to stop. We used to be able to agree to disagree and have civil conversations. Maybe they get a little bit heated, but you could still go out to lunch or dinner or breakfast or whatever afterwards and still support each other and shake hands and be there for each other when the time was right. But things have deteriorated in our nation, and it absolutely breaks my heart. And to see a young man with 2 young children killed in that manner in front of thousands of people is just horrific. So I'd like to close in his memory, and again, just plead with all those watching, those in our neighborhoods and in the audience and within our community especially, to please show grace. Grow grace to each other and hold your temper. Everyone has a right to an opinion. Maybe we get a little out of control sometimes. Maybe we get a little bit heated. But never should a disagreement end in death. Never. And we've got to get back to being civil and caring for each other. With that, I will adjourn the meeting to our regular meeting that will be held on October 7th at 6 o'clock with closed session starting no earlier than 4. Thank you for being here.